Good afternoon, traders and investors. Are you guys ready for at the close? We're going to see if for some reason we could bounce back, but it looks like we're starting to cut through those lows from Monday, Tuesday, and last week. Will we get through the 390 today? We'll find on out. At the close, hit the like. Let's get it started.
All right, it is time for pre-market prep at the close.
Three consecutive highs, opened, matched yesterday's low, and then once it took out there, that's all the breakout momentum traders needed.
All right, traders, let me bring on Joel Elconin here, and let's take a look at the intraday action.
Not good, not good. Good call, Mitch. Looking for those early September lows. The Bulls made a couple attempts to defend the market. That last attempt came at noon, and I think that got a lot of people twisted around. We got back almost within unchanged after falling down to 39.20. But once we got the momentum going to the downside after that noon balloon. That's it. We just hit 39.05. The real number comes in at your September 7th low at 3,900. So we'll see. Got a little time left in the session and something to look for perhaps overnight. Dollar, it's up. You got a triple top there in the dollar. I think people are looking for that to fall by the wayside. The dollar index there up 9 cents at 109.46. TLT reflecting bonds, that's down again 17 cents at 107.89. Crude roadblock at 90. Took out the pair of lows at 85. We're down 341 at 85.07. Gold, COVID low, baby. Well, maybe not the COVID low, but we reached the lowest monthly level, 1671.20 was your low back in April of 2000. So gold, bad day for gold as well, down nearly $38. Silver sliding down 43 cents at 1913 and a half. The Scaramucci FTX rally, short-lived there. Back under 20K, down 240 at 19,685. And Ethereum, that's in the red too, even more on a percentage basis. That's down 5.45%. That's down $86 at 14.91.
That looks very head and shoulders on that ETH daily, but that's just because it just stands out to me. I'm a patterns type of guy.
Pattern guy, yep, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, if you cut through that 1400, that would be kind of like really, well, you already kind of cut through the neckline. It was around the 1600, but the 1400 is another support. And so I would call out that 1400. Watch out. You cut through there, you're probably right back down towards that 1000 level on ETH. We'll see what happens. The merger went through. I talked to Clean Spark founder and kind of chairman today. Clean Spark has been doing more Bitcoin mining. So it was interesting to hear, and maybe you think this was interesting too, Joel, is that he was actually leaning towards more kind of showing me that he expected this decline. He's looking for the decline, and he's not shying away from saying that crypto is in winter. I like that, especially if your CEO and your company is kind of more positioned for the big retracement. That could be a good thing to see in the long run. All right, let's keep going. Let's get into the intraday action. Of course, a lot of people caught by surprise by Adobe this morning, as Adobe definitely the disaster stock of the day today, coming out with their earnings before. I mean, it was supposed to be after the bell, not before the bell. I don't think someone gave the memo out, but adjusted EPS at $3.50 versus $3.45 estimate. Sales at 4.52 billion. Versus the 4.58 billion estimate. And then also the acquisition, right? To buy Figma for about 20 billion in a deal paid for roughly half in stock and half in cash. And it was not loved by Wall Street today.
Yeah, that step down seller this morning, boy, he had or she had it right, and then some. Just all morning, relentless. Let up a little bit after the open and suckered some more people in. then just a continued decline. We didn't have any daily levels until under 300, so we'll keep an eye on that tomorrow. It's consolidating here. I mean, and not getting excited about it going up, but you have the low of the session in now at 305, and it's just kind of hanging out here at the 307 area. So it's stopped going down for now. You just don't know if the seller's going back to the desk and getting another couple hundred K. But they hate the earnings. They don't like the earnings, and they just must hate the deals. So there it is for you. Wow, disaster of the day, and that set the tone for tech, down
Mhm.
17.26%.
Now, I also saw a stock affected today that is down big that I'm going to go ahead and put out my red flag. There's not many times I will say this, but red flag for me going out on Microsoft, cutting through a long-term weekly trend line of 2 years.
Oh,
And so actually more 3 years since 2019. So now it's cutting through. I was looking to see if it would ever cut through this kind of 260 area. Now cutting through the 250, going to the 244s. Watch out. Microsoft cutting long-term trend.
yeah, look at this, Microsoft. If this is a precursor for the market, we got a date with 3,600 in no time. This is back down to your June lows. Believe it or not, this had a low in June at 341.53. Matched it
Mhm.
the following day at 41.51. You don't come this far this fast and not try and test that level. We're trading just off the lows of the session. Mr. Softy, horrible week. I don't know if this might be tied to the Adobe a little bit, but man, you're starting to get into, you had just been holding on here. Looking at the monthlies, just been clinging at 241. So no, not a good sign. Definitely for Microsoft shareholders, but for the broad market as well. As far if you're concerned about a retest of that June low, Microsoft telling you it's on the horizon.
Yeah, I mean the high caps today didn't show a strong sign. At least bounce
Uh,
back there. At least Tesla closing in the tiniest bit of green today.
trying, trying,
But
trying, trying.
I don't know if you give it too many, you give it too much time here, it might get into the red also. So let's keep looking. There was at least one stock on the top kind of components. Let's go to UNH,
Yep,
United
yep.
Health Group.
You read my
Definitely
mind, Mitchy Mitch. Yep,
getting some
yep.
lift today, and a lot of this was also on Humana, right?
Exactly.
Because Humana definitely gave us some kind of push there with their adjusted EPS target, a higher guidance, which also helped UNH. So healthcare plans is an area today that there was relative strength. UNH was up 2%. This one that I haven't checked out before, I wanted to ask you about it, Joel. ELV. I like the way the chart is setting up. Elvens Health, and it's interesting chart setup after it cut
Wow.
through the chart yesterday and now recovering.
Yeah, this one not on my radar as much. Elevance Health though, man, these stocks they're strong. I mean, you got a nice little triangle going here on the monthlies. Boom here. See if I can do that. If it won't take too long. Just no, I don't want an arc. I want my trend line right here. This is basically the monthlies too, right? Boom, boom,
Hmm.
boom. Let's move it up here. Ah, forget it. Just move it up here. Trend line here. Trend line here. Working its way into breaking out. I like that little triangle there. Sure looks like it's pressing up against the upper end. Humana. I mean, you just boom, gangbusters
Yeah.
there. Wow, anybody looking for a retreat in this thing? Where the heck did this open?
Wow.
487.84 went down to 484. You had absolutely no business being short this thing when it came back up to that open 487.84. Very also took out the pre-market high with ease. What can you think about now? It's at 504.99. That was your all-time high. Your all-time closing high, 500.92. So maybe if the market does not completely come unraveled, that's what you're going to look in there. Big old gap from Humana, bringing up the UNH. That's maybe people are just sick of this market, Mitch, and they're going to be enrolling in more health plans. UNH getting a lift off this. You got a chance to buy it under the top of Wednesday's range, which is rare. Now 527.98. So getting the lift, backing off the high. So good day, not nearly as good a day as Humana, HUM.
Yeah, keep it on watch. I also saw CVS up today. That has been one of those that has been moving lately. Good 200-day below it at around the 131. Keep your eyes on it. We'll see if it gets back up there
Yeah,
towards
and
the
keep your
104.
eye for you breakout traders. Keep an eye on boom. What's this eye here? This size 103.5. Boom. What's this eye here? 103.59. Boom. Rejection today. Got to 103.42. So maybe the next time up it backed it off, but next time up, maybe the fourth time's a charm. But right now, that's your resistance. Very good resistance for CVS. Let's look at this Walgreen Boots Alliance. Man, oh man, new low for the move. This thing ain't
Yeah, they don't
participating
like it.
in nothing. No one likes Walgreens. Should have never given up that symbol, WAG. Spoos hit 39.05. Now that's 5 points away from that big number we were talking about, the September low. But we have 18 minutes left, right? So, yep, see what can happen. Trying to
Yeah.
catch a little bit of a bounce.
Yeah, we bounced right off of that 388 area that I was looking at. So we'll see how we get into the close here. Surprising stock today had to have been Roku, and a lot of people were wondering what's going on in Roku. Well, there's a rumor talk out there, and so if you're wondering why Roku's up, the rumors are out there right now, and nothing has been confirmed. But it's an outlook on Roku that it's preparing to be acquired. This came from Deal Reporter, as reported by The Fly. And what they were looking into was really looking into a number of amendments in the severance language in the executive contracts, highlighting a curious focus on change in control, which addresses, of course, what happens in case of an acquisition. So keep it on your eyes. You know how it is when rumors start going. And especially in this market has liked some rumors before.
Yeah, I mean, it's, you're digging in the
Tough
weeds
one.
there, right? I mean, as
Yeah.
far as, trying to find things like that, there could be a lot of different reasons for it. But, I mean, does this company, did they make money? I mean, Roku really doesn't make money, do they? Well, if there's a potential of something in play, now, definitely don't want to be shorted. Uh, you know, and as far as being long it, we've heard this before with Roku, and nothing's really happened. So I don't know. It's a rumor. It's a nice move. Nothing there really at 75 that would tell me, if I would have looked at before. I mean, you did have a pair of highs just above. Nah, nothing there. Just 75 is just not a number to me. So let's see. Opens up between 75 and 80, but that there's a deal. There's a deal, right?
Yeah, if there's a deal, there's a deal. But one thing I would say is that I wouldn't be expecting, like let's say that maybe their TV side business to have the best, holiday season, right? So I don't know about this Roku. I'd be a little bit concerned, but just wanted to get at least put the rumor out there, knowing so that you know why it popped like it did right out the open there. We'll take a look at some other stocks now. Let's go into why EV charging stocks were moving today. If you guys didn't catch these, Volta, Blink, ChargePoint, EVgo, getting some lift. Of course, President Joe Biden will provide $900 million towards building an EV charging network. The network will span 53,000 miles of highway in 35 states. Over 5 years, the U.S. government will provide $5 billion of grants towards building EV chargers.
Well, I mean, your stocks are being affected by this. QS got the pop and then gave some back. Charge points, one that you mentioned. I mean, these are good for trades, right? You catch the news, you catch the trade. What I try and keep in my mind is, how long is it going to take, to get the money and to filter and have it being reflected in the earnings. So a lot of times these are just one day, that you get the pop. It's the news. There weren't many things to buy today, so you go to your charge point and these different issues. This cleared now. It had some stumbling blocks at 19, almost got to 20 today. But what you want to see here, since the way it struggled at 19 back in August, is hey, can we get a couple highs in the upper 18 handle, 1870, 1880, build a little bit of a base, so the next time you go back to 20, you're not traveling as far. I don't know if we caught some people just latent looking for that 3900. And now they didn't get it. At least now we're changing. We got a little bit of a rally. Someone was asking about the triple Qs in relation to the 290. Yeah, I mean the Qs have already done it. They went back and they have made a new low for the month. They're attempting to bounce too. So yeah, I was actually when I came back from lunch. I looked and like the market had come back to unchanged, or, near unchanged, like 5, 6 handles. And I looked, Apple was down, Microsoft was down, Google was down, Amazon was down. I'm like, okay, things aren't added up here. And you see that, yeah, the big tech, the big leaders in the market are showing the weakness. And when your leaders are showing the weakness, that's not a good sign. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that breach of 290. Yeah, look at that. Not much between 280 and 290. And I don't know. We can't. I mean, how can we come all the way down from 4,300 down? Well, we did get 40 earlier in the week. It was 4,200. But you got that bogey there, 3,900 for the S&Ps, and the triple Qs have already made a new low for the month.
Yeah, I was watching the price action in Apple today, and it was kind of going against the market. I was seeing the market trying to take out highs, but Apple trying to take out lows. And I immediately called to that kind of divergence there. I was going to look to see where we're going to actually break through the lows or the high, the resistance there. All of a sudden, you saw Apple tried to go back up to the highs, and immediately it rejected right there on, I have like a 5-minute outlook, but 1025. And that's when you started seeing the first takedown in the market. From there, it hasn't wanted to recover the 154.33 level. And so that's one of the areas that I'm watching Apple rejecting and holding and kind of bringing us right back down.
Yeah, it tried. It tried. It tried. It tried. But no
Couldn't
can
do it.
do. That's the 150 psychological 150.37. This is getting back now. Ooh, let's see. I mean, this is already well through. It's September low right here. It was right in this area. So the big boys are what's leading us down, and making you think that 3,900 16 and a half handles away looks like a sitting duck for tomorrow's quad witch expiration, when trillions of dollars in expirations and rollovers and hedges come off. So there'll be a big open tomorrow. We'll see which way it goes. Right now you got to be thinking it's going to be leading towards the downside.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens. I did catch. Did you see the moves in steel today? It was really rapid. I mean, we got a little bit of a push by Steel Dynamics, but did you
Yeah,
see that
that was.
open? They just said no, 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 no. You could give some good numbers, but
Yeah, and I bet you Nucor, continued lower. Yeah, bad day,
mhm,
like wow, 4-day losing streak.
not
X
looking good.
probably, trying $20. Keep your eye on X. Oh boy, late August lows right there at 20. Shaking today, 2001. You got a pair of matching lows. You're only at 2016. Looking heavy left here in X. And you know what also I wanted to check? These railroads, right? They
Yeah,
settled the strike. I don't know. I mean, it was just after you have those red candles like that, people are getting their money back. Looks like we got that one right. Didn't get them all right this morning, but as far as selling into strength in this one, come on, give me the pre-market chart. I want to see that pre-market action. I guess CNI didn't have much. But what are the UNP? The big bad days like that, overhead supply, boom, did get over the previous day's high, but now trading near the low of the session for UNP. So three red candle, 3 days like that, and then you get a pop, boom, you found your sellers here. So it looks like we still have some heat. They're catching a bid here. These crazy S&Ps now. We're in the 39.20 handle, trying to trim the losses going into the session. Still a bad day. Still a win for the for the Bears here, and a substantial one at that.
Yeah, I don't know about if we're going to be able to hold. It's a tough outlook now. One thing that I would say about the SPY overall is that when we get a hard down move like that, and I kind of usually look for a reaction back. Can it get it back? Can we get back some of the losses? And I think, yesterday just wasn't enough. It did bounce back somewhat, but it wasn't a big day. And for me, at least the body is very small. So that shows me indecision, doesn't show me reversal. And today showed me decision. It's takedown, at least. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, the S&Ps, when it got up, just a little trick here, that pre-market high was 39.77. I was looking, I'm like, okay, let's see. Maybe we'll test yesterday's high, 81.50. And when I didn't get it, that's the high from yesterday. It's really the only thing you have to go on as far as resistance goes, right? Because of that mammoth down day. What are how'd the spiders do? I mean, it looks like the spiders got really close. Boom, boom. As far as boom, missed it by 24 cents. That makes sense because the spoos missed it by a couple handles as well. So if you're focusing on your daily highs and lows, potential resistance there, maybe helped you avoid some trouble in today's session.
Netflix
Short-lived rally up into 39.20. What'd you say?
Netflix held up a little bit with their earnings, with
Did
their
it?
ratings that came out with
Rating.
Evercore.
It was a rating in Netflix.
Yeah, it was a rating, an upgrade to outperform from inline. And I mean, it didn't do too bad, 4.8%. I had to try to drive there to 240s. I just always look at the daily when I look at Netflix, and I'm just like, man, will we ever fill in that gap? That's what I think all investors are looking at least if you're looking at the Netflix chart. Yeah, I'll give you a second there. There you go. They caught up.
Yeah, I don't know, man. The quotes are just slowing my machine down here a little bit. What did you do? I mean, it kept on going. You had some room here. What did it get to? 243.29. Didn't get to that resistance level. What's a little bit concerning about this is that, it had the good day, but it gave a lot back when it went down to 229.10. But Evercore moved the stock, got it up. I hope you used it as a chance to exit the stock. Wouldn't have been buying it off that, but definitely would have been looking to trim. Let's see, a big move, 220 to 240 in a couple of days. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, the rating moved it. I don't know what's going to move it tomorrow if we have a big down day in the market.
All right, they want us to take a look at Roblox because it is dumping here. Let me look into it, see if I can find some news for us. Just close my Benzinga Pro, of course.
Okay.
But let me just take a quick look here and see what I see.
I don't see nothing here. I mean, it exceeded Monday's high. That was a good thing. I mean, this is not really Adobe related, right? I mean, it's a kind of its own.
The good old fashioned pre-announcement. Oh man.
Really?
And the best part is it seems like it was on the upside, but yet it's still getting hit here. I'll give you guys what hit the tape there at 347. So it's a little bit after that. So I don't know. I think they're talking right now. They're having some conversation in Investor Day. So there's an Investor Day event that's going on right now. So I would pay attention to that. That's affecting Roblox. But here's what I saw, at least in the tape here from Benzinga Pro. Roblox Corp says August bookings estimated 233 million to 237, up 7% year over year. But I also see trading lower following company's Investor Day event. Also, Lightshed partner Brandon Ross tweeted that the company's booking growth in August decelerated month over month. So it could have been those bookings that look good year over year, but don't look good month over month.
Man, this is a tough chart here. You got a little gap to fill. Did you get there? 41.88. You got the 42.01. So good enough. So I say you hold 42. You bounced a $1.62 off that. So I'd be looking. I'm good to go above 42. You get below 42, things open up to the downside. What I'd be focusing on, just because it made that fluffy high and couldn't hold. What I would be focusing on if I owned this stock would be, Monday we closed at 46.57. That's your high close for the week. This is actually going to be your lowest close for the week, folks. So good news, bad news. Overall, down on the week. So I will lean towards the south side on this one. Things don't get really interesting on the downside though until you break that 42. Right there, right where the gap is, and right where we bounced today. So that's what you're looking at in Roblox.
I see some bulls in the chat. It kind of makes me laugh when I see comments like that.
Like
But
what?
let me no, I don't want to put them out there, but Trend Spotter, Apple firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, I
Don't
think
we
I think
all
he,
wish they were
I think he's
firing
being
on
a
all cylinders? But I can't blame him. I mean, it's just how the optimism is. It's obvious, guys. It happens to me all the time, right? But let's look at a play that's interesting. I've been hearing so many mentions of SpaceX kind of use for their satellites. Frontier CEO is discussing now potentially in-flight Wi-Fi from SpaceX and other providers. The airline currently doesn't provide an in-flight Wi-Fi. SpaceX inked a deal to provide wireless internet for Hawaiian Airlines earlier this year. And man, it's been something that I got to keep an eye out. So many mentions with SpaceX and the use of the Wi-Fi now. So ULCC, we'll see if it takes another step
boy,
up.
what a symbol. How did the hell did they come up with ULCC for
Ultra
Frontier?
low carrier.
Yeah. I tell you, I used to like Frontier because they had a little airport in when I go visit my sister in Princeton in New Jersey. Used to be able to fly into Trenton and have like a 20-minute, but they got rid of that. These airlines, I mean, we have absolutely forgot these airlines. We haven't been talking to them about them. The reopening trade. I mean, there's just too many other things going on. Just not attention. They weren't good performers before the pandemic. So I don't know. You get a little extra Wi-Fi in there. It doesn't make me bullish. ULCC, the trading range. I mean, other places to have your money. That's what I would say.
Well, you know how I've been saying it. If it keeps making new lows, you gotta go. Nvidia. Look at that.
Oh,
New lows, new lows. Will
new
it close there?
lows.
Will it close there? It's touched it today.
127.90
That's
up
close.
above. Yeah. Boy, oh boy. AMD's probably under 75 now. There was a pair of lows. No. Bounced off 75 again. 74.91 low. So AMD having a much different look than Nvidia. Still having a rust months. 10.8 points away from that high on Monday. We're coming into the final stanza here. The bad news is, yeah, we lost about 45 handles on the session. The only good news I can give you is that we didn't take out 3,900 yet.
Oh!
Uh,
Oh, I always love when it comes to the last 20 seconds in the market and you just don't know where it's going to close. So
you
we'll
haven't
see what
made your money by the last 20 seconds, man. You're probably gonna get a little whipsaw there. But I see the close right here. The mark probably like around 39.20. We're going to have some imbalances tomorrow, one way or another. We'll see how the things unwind overnight. But looks like we're going to get a right there, right around 39.20 close. The Bears win today. So we'll be back. We'll be back, Mitch. I'll be checking in with you early tomorrow. And everyone, get a good night's sleep. We got the quad witch. We got more money coming off the table than we have since 2008. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, looking forward to it. I'll see you guys tomorrow on Pre-Market Prep. Don't miss it. It's going to be another firework type of morning. I hope that you guys enjoy some football action later today. I know there's going to be some Thursday night action. I know that's what I'm looking forward to. But I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hit the thumbs on up. We'll see what happens. And like always, keep working on bettering your skills. That's what it's all about, especially at a time like this. It's been tough markets. It's been tough markets for even money managers. I think this is an important time to keep working on your learning skills and pushing to the next level. What is it? Maybe it's tape reading. Maybe it's technicals. Maybe it's truly learning how to look into reports like quarterly earnings and fundamentals. What should I really learn in here so that by the time we're back to a bull market, you got all the skills underneath that belt and are ready to make that money. I wish you guys the best, and I'll see you guys next time. Hit the like on your way out.